searching for a friend, Fui Himino ended up taking her own life. Having witnessed Fui's final moments, Yuri knows she wasn't alone when she died. What of the other woman who killed herself in the same way? Not to mention the mysterious shrine maiden, sodden from the rain. Yuri managed to locate Hisoka's camera obscura along with the charm she always liked to wear, for now she must return to the antique shop alone. God, that was terrible. Took way too long. No, like 3 sessions. Ren Hojo, the author who sent Hisoka to find the photographs, takes a closer look at the album. One photo catches his eye and he decides to investigate further. He goes to the inn with the camera obscura and Rui, his assistant. You don't get a score on easy. Right, we'll buy some more stuff. I feel like I want to buy another mirror stone. Some more Type 14 film. What's the max? Some Type 90 film. Or not, I don't know. Maybe we want these points. That's the thing, do we want these points to upgrade the camera? Completely forgotten about camera upgrades. I'll buy another mirror stone. And the sacred water. I'm sure the rest of it we will find around and about. Third drop, post-mortem photography, Ren Hojo. Ren Hojo, a writer, is haunted by a recurring dream in which he kills a young girl during a ritual. He received an album of post-mortem photographs located on his request by Hisoka. Upon viewing one of the photos, Ren recognizes the very scene from his dreams. Eager to delve further into this puzzling mystery, Ren heads to the abandoned inn in person this time, but bringing on his assistant Rui Kagamiya. Okay. Right. Well, next, I guess. I just can't believe they haven't got back to me. Like, how can you... Like, it just came back, no, like, dispute upheld. It's like, but your music isn't even in my video. Massive tools. There's nothing in the video. I've emailed them, I've sent a message to their Facebook. Ah well. I'll have my day in court. It's a shrine maiden. Thank you. I was about to say, don't go there at night, it's frickin' dangerous. Okay. Oh, we've got a camera obscura. Okay. My camera obscura is on the desk. Hisoka sent it back after praising it for me. Could take that shadow reading report with me too. May have some information I could use. Who knows when I might need it. Looks like a report written by Yuri. It seems to be about the photo album. Find items pertaining post-mortem performed shadow reading using a post-mortem photograph. Found on Mount Hikami as a token. Located album of post-mortem. Took custody of the object. Why are you... I'm not doing that. The game's doing that. Don't do that. I can't go without the camera obscura. I left it on the desk. Oh god, that's his run. Oh god. Came across this book while researching Mount Hikami, the Maiden Slayer. I don't think this story has anything to do with what's going on, but you never know. Mount Hikami has long been steeped in legends revolving around suicide and ghosts. Revered as a sacred place since time immemorial, it was once the worshipping ground and home of many shrine maidens. Once there was a man who fell in love with a maiden and came to the mountain in order to court her. However, she remained loyal to her duties and refused his advances. Enraged, the man killed her and threw her into the river. Several days later, he returned with a torch and blade and proceeded to brutally butcher all the shrine maidens on the mountain, tossing them into the river as he went. The waters of the mountain flowed red with blood, carrying the slaughtered corpses of the maidens all the way down to the pool of purification. It is said the eyes of each of the shrine maidens had been gouged out. Just before killing the first maiden and tossing her into the river, the man's eyes met with those of his victim. Something in her eyes led him to murder the others, or so the legend goes. With all the maidens dead, he killed himself by cutting his own throat. The ghosts of shrine maidens, still drenched in those bloodied waters, have appeared on the mountain ever since. It is said that those who meet their eyes are led to their deaths and follow the women into the water and drown themselves. Though only a legend, the story is believed to be based on an actual incident. Local records show the bodies of several shrine maidens were discovered long ago, and that all rituals and rites ceased to be performed from that day on. Rui's Journal 1. This looks like a part of Rui's journal. It must have gotten mixed in here while tidying. I feel bad reading it, but Mr. Hojo can't clean up after himself. For someone who's lived alone for so long, he's incapable of housework. He can't cook and he's bad at tidying up. I'm more like his caretaker than his assistant. He loses things all the time, and whenever he doesn't have a book he needs, he blows up. He usually ends up asking Ms. Kurosawa for help. One time, when I was trying to sort all his books, there was one I couldn't find anywhere. It's like it just disappeared. Miss Kurosawa found it with her shadow reading. She went into his room on her own and then came back out a little while later with the missing book. She just smiled and said something about making the invisible visible. What is this shadow reading business anyway? That reminds me of one time I was tidying up and I came across something I had never seen before. It's like Miss Kurosawa said, the invisible became visible. It was kept inside an old box. I don't even know what it was. I put it aside to sort out later on, but when I went to take a proper look, it had vanished. It must have gone invisible again. And he's reminding us that we need the camera obscura. I know I need the camera obscura. I'm just seeing if there's any other shiny things. No. Oh, that is genuinely our running pace. Antique looking camera on the desk. You got Ren's camera obscura. You got the measure upgrade. It displays the current health of a locked on enemy. There's an unfinished manuscript on the desk. Doesn't yet have a title. I'll need more materials to solidify the theme. Unfinished manuscript. Memorial portraiture, the art of photographing dead bodies, was a practice in Western countries in the 19th century, a time when photography was still a rare and expensive luxury. The bodies of recently deceased family members and loved ones were photographed in like-life poses as a solemn keepsake of remembrance. While researching the phenomenon, I discovered that a similar custom made its way to Japan as well. Known as post-mortem photographs, a small number of these photos still remain. I have been fortunate enough to obtain one such photograph, which I found to contain a certain beauty lacking in its Western counterparts. Bloody glorious Nippon. When photography first arrived in Japan, it was accompanied by the prevalent superstition that photographs could steal a person's soul. Whenever anyone truly believed this or not, it surely gave post-mortem photography a special significance in Japan. photos were taken with this belief in mind, then post-mortem photographs would not simply have been taken as keepsakes or for mourning purposes. Rather, the practice may have carried a certain deeper spiritual significance. Oh my god, Hisoka's letter. As a reply to the appraisal request for this camera obscura, it urges caution in using it. To Ren Hojo, the camera you left me to look at is a device known as camera obscura. Its purpose is to capture images of the supernatural, things invisible to the naked eye. These cameras are incredibly rare, with an almost mythical status in the antiques market. Yep, we've already seen, what, 2? A few have been known to exist, but this is the first I've ever seen with compound lenses. I don't mean to frighten you, but rumour holds that to own a camera obscura is to invite misfortune. They say everyone who has owned one has either died, lost their mind, or gone missing. The cameras themselves have outlived many owners. While some aficionados do seek them out, the stories of previous owners meeting with such misfortune has had an impact on their value as antiques. My camera obscura was left to a local family after its previous owner passed away. They graciously gave it to me. I believe yours is still usable, but please do exercise caution in doing so. Sincerely, Hisoka Kurosawa. P.S. The cover on your camera obscura is broken, but it seems it originally had a box shape. I doubt you'd sell it to me, but I would like to borrow it for a while if you don't mind. I am happy to compensate. Please think it over. Come here, look at his camera. We have to separately upgrade his camera. From the other one. More damage would be nice. And more distance would be nice. Let's upgrade it for more damage. And more distance then. Can't do anything else. But it was worth saving up all those points. It's almost sunset. We should hurry. Yeah, let's go. I'm assuming all the notes updated were the things that I just did. So I got 3 characters with 3 cameras. Is that right?
夕暮れ時に入ってはならないという噂があるんです。大間が時に山に入ると、山は別の姿、
This is
本当の
my
姿を
final
見せ
form.
る。入るのは自殺しようとする人だけですよ。
So they start growing 1 black wing and a fucking
アルバ
3
ムが見
mouths.
つかったのはあの旅館のようですね。先生、
So we're back here
そ
then.
の遮影機、本当に使えるんです
Fucking
か？
hope so. I just
一
upgraded
度
it, son.
試しておいた方がいいと思います。
Ren's camera obscura. Allow you to take multiple photos at once. Use the multi-shot R function to take 4 photos at once. Dealing more damage to the ghostly photograph. Take multiple photos at once also helps to get fair frame shots. After a multi-shot